Hey everybody, it's me, Adam Chapnick, and we're here at Security Token Industry Launch Week. And I've got some very special guests that I'm excited to be talking to. We have none other than Fabian Vogelsteller and Marjorie Hernandez, and they're coming to us today actually for a very specific project they're working on called LUKSO. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, pleasure.
Yeah, so first, Fabian, tell us, you have a lot of deep experience in the space in some interesting ways. You're sort of the Zelig of the industry, the guy who shows up in the right place at the right time, and you've made a huge impact. What are some of the key things that you've been a part of?
Basically, I was at the right time at the right place, exactly like you said, and did the right things.
Yeah, that's important.
So, basically what I did is I built the tools which help developers and also users to experience for the first time like what smart contract blockchains can do and how you interact with smart contracts and how you even like interact on Ethereum. I built the Ethereum wallet and the Mist browser, the first decentralized web browser, and I basically took a draft Vitalik initially created and proposed it properly and changed it a bit up and proposed it as a standard. Actually more opened it up for discussion as a standard, and it happened to took on a year later and created what we have today, a $12 billion market cap, pure tokens on Ethereum.
Incredible. So you ran through a few things. So you were there for the ERC20 token.
So ERC20, that is the token center,
yeah. You were part of the Mist browser.
I initially built the Mist browser,
You initially built that. And the very first Ethereum wallet, correct?
So the wallet coming from the foundation, I built that too, yeah.
There it is. So that's...
And I also worked on a few other things, the library the developers use today called Web3.js. Yeah.
Yes, and as we said, that's getting so deep that it's out of my depth.
That's very technical then, yeah.
Equally impressive. So, but now, you guys are working on something very interesting. And so, Marjorie, you're the founder of LUKSO. Tell us, what is LUKSO?
Yes, so LUKSO is basically a whole new blockchain specially tailored for the fashion and design industry. So we know there is a need for the fashion industry, especially they have issues with counterfeit, how they can reach the clients, transparency, sustainability, and blockchain can resolve all of these issues. So we're creating a new blockchain platform in order for industry players, startups, creative people to participate and build kind of like the future of fashion.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So what's your background? How did that become something that you felt needed to be created?
Yes, so my education is in architecture.
Okay.
So it's like the
Obviously,
mother of
then.
all design disciplines,
Yes,
obviously.
obviously.
And I've been working the last 8 years mostly in brand experience, innovation strategy.
Okay.
So I work with many different industries, different type of clients, but mostly it's always like what is next? What can we do to improve something existing? And in the last 2 years especially, most of the use cases transformed into blockchain use cases.
Right.
So we did a lot of blockchain stuff, and then for me became very apparent there is a need. The fashion industry is not necessarily tech-affine. They are not cutting edge, going for technology, we know that. But pretty much every industry is getting disrupted by technology.
Yeah.
The film industry, the music industry, so fashion isn't going to be the exception. And it's yet to be seen how technology is going to affect this industry. And we believe blockchain is going to be a big part of it.
Got it. So who is your main constituent? Is it the companies? Who's going to use LUKSO?
So definitely, companies will use LUKSO to register items, to put the provenance of what things are coming from, suppliers, etc. But also for the client, for the customers. You can all of a sudden tokenize and gamify interactions with your clients. So we also, for us, is super important, the brand engagement with customers. The relationship shouldn't end in the moment you purchase something. It should be the beginning. And we think blockchain is the perfect platform to achieve that.
Amazing. And so where are you guys in the process for yourselves? And how close are you to launch? Or are you launched? Or are you in concept? Or
Well, we're doing many things at the same time. Like most startups do. We have a multi-tier strategy. So we are developing the technology. We're developing the use cases. We are engaging with the brands, with different startups. For us, it's really important to build an ecosystem. where different people, not only us, are building stuff on blockchain for this industry. So we don't believe necessarily we have competitors. We believe there's space for everybody, and we want to kind of incentivize everybody to build and be creative and create awesome stuff together.
Love it. So yeah.
Just to round this up, basically, our project vision is a bigger vision, because what we are doing, we are initiating a network for that industry.
Right.
We're basically initiating, if you want to say it in short terms, we're doing Ethereum for the fashion industry. And the reason why is to bring together industry players experiencing blockchain, using their own blockchain, having the growth of value of their own blockchain, and having being on a network where you have peer-to-peer and people within your own group, peer group, where collaboration and interoperability is extremely important, because you want the things, you want the handbag, the digital handbag, to work in all wallets, in all wardrobes. You want to have the tokens work everywhere. You don't want to have custom things in data isolation again and again, exactly how the internet works today. You want the things to be interoperable and compatible.
Right.
So being on the same network makes sense. At the same time, we cannot yet be on the one super blockchain, which we all would like to be, just because we are not there yet from the scalability point of view. And Ethereum is rather overused for a lot of creative people trying out the new decentralized future. So industry-specific networks is the next step, and we are doing this exactly for the fashion design industry, which means showcasing what can be done, because the potential is endless.
Yes.
But mainly actually initiating the network and bringing everybody together and make them understand that this is a group effort where we all come together to launch our own network and create a new digital future for that industry.
That's terrific. So where do you think people are most likely to glom on to what you're doing in the fashion industry first? I mean, as you said, it's kind of a Luddite industry. They like, scissors and thread and things they can touch. They're not very digital. Where do you think the use case will happen first? Is it going to be provenance? Is it going to be in a customer thing? What's the first one?
It's actually counterfeit. I mean, one of the biggest problems is counterfeit. So you can surely put this in a web server on an API and say, hey, look here, check our items, and there's an API endpoint to check it. But then you don't have the compatibility, then you don't have the interoperability, then you don't have the synergies, then you don't have the innovation, then you have nothing of the things which you get when you have things being compatible and transferable. Then you don't have the startup building the digital wardrobe, then you don't have the influencer network engaging with your items and engaging with your brand tokens. All of these things can only happen if you're doing it on a blockchain where all these pieces can talk to each other.
Of course, yeah.
So authenticity is the first step, customer interaction is the next step, and from there it can grow basically to wherever it wants, right?
Yeah, it's exciting. Okay, so we're here at what we're calling Security Token Industry Launch Week. What are your thoughts about the future of the security token? How transformative is the security token?
I mean, it's kind of like an extension of what ERC20 started, right?
Yes.
So ERC20 is just a very simple standard, but it basically showed people that, okay, interoperability, if I can create things which are interoperable, every exchange can work with it, every wallet can just load it and interact with it. And because you have that interoperability, we see all of these investment methods, the ICOs, the new projects using tokens in all kinds of different forms and shapes. Protocol token, utility token, payment token, voting token. Well, I mean, it's endless. Basically, security token is, in addition to that, to bring a more regulatory compliant aspect to it, to help it to integrate well with the old world, let's say.
Right? That's right.
Yeah,
That's
definitely.
right.
It's like the next step in like a very natural evolution, right?
Yeah.
Like the world is working in a specific way, so now two things are coming together.
Right.
So I think that's the exciting part.
Yeah.
I will also speak later at the event about this, but it's basically really the aspect I'm seeing here is it's not only making it compatible, but security tokens itself are all about real-world assets which need to be securitized. While a lot of things we have seen a lot of tokens and cryptocurrencies, for example. This is all basically the lifeblood and the mechanics of a decentralized system. So it's a piece of a decentralized system where this plays a role to either create incentives or to secure it or whatever else functionality it brings. While security token is really about like, okay, that's equity, that's representing ownership, that's representing a house or a share of a house, you know? It could also be kind of like the border between utility and security can't be seamless in the future because I can have a share in a house which at the same time gives me access to my apartment. It doesn't need to end there. And that's what the blockchain makes possible. And there's efforts on the way to standardize this, to actually integrate this kind of regulatory angle, plus at the same time have the innovation blockchain brings.
Yeah, it's exciting. So when do you expect to have the big news happen in the fashion industry? When are you looking for that transformation to start?
Well, I think it's a process that will start slowly. I mean, we see it now. There's a lot of awareness from the fashion industry regarding blockchain technology. Slowly, we see the business of fashion is talking about it. Major publications, fashion houses, they're aware of it.
Right.
So I think it's a slow process, but we're in the beginning of it. I think LUKSO will come out in the right moment. We have pretty good timing. And I think it will be maybe perhaps 2 years that we will see the first items being registered on the blockchain.
Okay.
Necessarily, clients will not know about it.
Right.
They don't need to know about it, but they will get the benefits, and that's the interesting part.
Very excited. Well,
it might happen actually a lot earlier already because startups are very keen to use blockchain, especially in the fashion industry. But like 3 to 4 or 5 years, it will probably be the way you do it, and there will be no other way thinkable because it will not be about physical ownership. It will be about digital ownership and the benefits you get with it. And whatever, creative new things will be created around that, like word of mouth, brands, custom token, loyalty programs, ownership in collections, ownership in the brands, reward systems we can't even imagine today because everything's so manual right now still and so isolated, right? So there will be in the next few months and also in the next year there will be a lot of announcements coming and it will be a lot more clearer. It is on the end an industry effort. We want to bring the players together to start this network together, and it's everybody's network. It's not a service where they come now and use the LUKSO service, kind of like the old world startup services work. It's a everybody owns and runs it network where innovation can happen in that space.
Very exciting. Well, we wish you guys all the luck. Keep us posted. We're excited to hear from you on Friday. And thank you all for joining us from Security Token Industry Launch Week. See you soon.